Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at API3. Got a lot of requests for this one, of course, considering it's jumping up here today as it has in the past, and we're going to see if it has potential to continue. Now, oftentimes when coins like this happen, or situations like this occur with coins like this, rather, you can see that the price will typically consolidate right around that halfway mark. So we're going to draw out some Fibonacci retracement levels, kind of see what that looks like here today, and help you understand best practice and big picture. One thing I do want to mention, of course, extremely important, especially if you're one of my BitGet users, of course, we have a phenomenal trading competition here coming up with King's Cup Global Invitational. This is an awesome opportunity, roughly $2.5 million in USDT prize pool. Specifically, most of that is coming through the futures trading. But you can get some benefits of using their demo trading, copy trading, and rewards for spot trading too. But primarily, you're going to see the most benefit there with leverage. So awesome stuff. Be sure to check it out. Link down below here for King's Club Global Invitational. This is available for the upcoming, I think you can register in the next 3 days if I'm not mistaken. Yep, for the event upwards of September 14th. So again, check that out. Really awesome stuff. And obviously links in our Twitter as well as Telegram for more information on this. And also make sure to jump on over to our Discord. We got an amazing community there where we all learn and grow together. Awesome stuff. So when it comes to API3, what we want to talk about is a small handful of things. First of all, as I mentioned previously with Fibonacci retracement, see if that halfway mark is hit yet. And we can actually see, look at that, jumps up to 0.618, got rejected. Now we're down right below the 0.5 Fibonacci. This is very standard trading stuff, okay? In other words, when the price shoots up like it did, it commonly will retrace and or pull back to a specific level. Now, when I say pullback, I just mostly mean that it's going to increase to a certain range, which is at 0.5 Fibonacci here. So we can see $1.08 is roughly that key level resistance we want to be mindful of. And we can also see the price had some difficulty crossing this level previously as a support. Now it's turned into a resistance level. Let's see if there's anything else adding to that. So let's look at the daily first and kind of work our way down. When we look at the daily, we want to see if there's a few confirming factors. First of all, we're converging on the MACD, but we haven't officially yet. Now, when coins do this, oftentimes you cannot catch it in time when it's doing so. In other words, this previous convergence occurred because the price shot up so hard and so fast. In fact, we caught that. We hit somewhere in the range of like 110% for that trade in our swing trading. Roughly, it was what, August 6th? That was roughly 3 weeks ago. Okay. That said, though, when that price took off like that, it was showing bullish convergence prior to, but it didn't fully confirm. We're seeing that here today, right? So if you look at the convergence here on the MACD, it's trying to converge, but hasn't yet. So oftentimes you want to wait until it does. But in situations like this, I'm just mentioning that it usually is too late by the time it happens, right? So better case scenario would be to have gotten in previously, but how would you have known, right? A lot of times it can be difficult to anticipate that. What we want to know, though, is now that we're already here, is it going to continue? And we're going to see if there is potential there. Good news is we're above 50 on the RSI. That's a key level resistance. We got money flow index increasing, so a lot of money just came into this coin. And if we take a look at the volume profile as well for just say the last couple of months as a rough estimate here, we can see right there where the price action is averaging itself out is a key level resistance. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of effort to get through that level, but the bottom line here is that now that we've hit that range, there's a better chance we're going to break through it than we would not. And the reason why is because we're above 50 on the RSI and we're converging on the MACD potentially. All right, I do like to emphasize the word potentially because it's definitely not confirmed, but the truth is we're above both moving averages here, the 20 and the 50. So there's more signs telling us that the price should continue higher on the daily here than it would be for the price to pull back. Okay, so again, just keep that in mind. But once more, buying the top, if this is the top, not always the best call, but once more, we have broken through this most recent support. And let me talk about that actually. So when it comes to support and resistance levels, for example, just say on the 4-hour, well, we can see with these Fibonacci levels here that we're above these two levels here. Well, key takeaway is that this previous high, this most recent high of roughly about 95 cents, is going to be the new low if the price pulls back. And the main reason why is because oftentimes you build that volume profile, that volume support at this range, and you can see we got the most amount of volume here, minus this outlier here across the top, right here in this range of about 95 to 90 cents. Okay, so that being said, now that we've broken through that resistance level, price does pull back, we'll see that as a support. Okay, so again, just some friendly advice there. Previous resistance turn support is a common theme in trading. I'm not saying it's going to pull back that far. In fact, the probability of the price coming down to this 0.382 and bouncing is higher because we had a most recent high here that got rejected for about 12 hours roughly. Okay, so again, we got two potential supports. We got support range here, and of course the resistance right between 0.5 and 0.618. So what's going to happen next? Well, in truth, we don't know, but we can speculate here that with us being above all the moving averages here on the 4 hour, we have turned fairly bullish. And if we take a look here, we've converged on the MACD, of course. We've also got a 4 hour RSI above 70. Now that is an overextension, of course, because the price action shot up so quick. So keep in mind, it may be advantageous to consider waiting for a pullback. Me personally, if I were to consider a trade with this, I'd do a swing trade. I'd take entry here with a small position, second entry there, and perhaps even a third entry here, or perhaps even a little bit lower with this 0.832, or sorry, 83.2 cents. The main reason why I put my stop there, or my lower entry, is because a lot of times you'll see these fair value gaps and liquidity swings to the bottom here, and then it'll ramp back up. Okay, so again, a lot of this is speculative, but keep in mind these are all situations that typically do occur on average. And once again, with trading, you're really just trying to figure out what may or may not happen next based on statistical probabilities. Okay, and that's what we're looking at here. Statistically, we have a better chance of maintaining a price point above $1 than below $1 in the near future. Okay, so it may pull back to that 102 range. It may even come all the way down to about 95 cents, but there's a great chance that that will hold and the price will continue upwards from there. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. Looking at the hourly, we can see we got a bit of an overextension here, right? Big surprise, price actions continuing upwards here. We've got massive momentum. We hit a 9 on TD sequential. We have reset. We're spending some time here right at this resistance level. So there's a good chance the price, again, will continue to maintain this level. If we take a look at the Ichimoku cloud, we can see the clouds are going to start averaging itself out there at about 102. So again, hypothetically, you get entry now or at 102. Those are both seemingly probable entries for further upside. Okay. Now keep in mind, you got to recognize we've seen a lot of candle wicks high here with the price action staying low. That's the price averaging itself out. It's really common when the price shoots up like this here. We can see though, the volume is still maintaining itself above that moving average. So for now, we're looking pretty darn good. I think the likelihood of the price continuing higher is fairly great, but we do got to recognize there's potential for pullback to 102 and or 95 cents first. Okay. So again, all the more reason to take your entries on the way down and to consider a long position here. Obviously, there's an inverse thought process too. A lot of folks are like, well, instead of just buying the dip, why don't I short all the way to it? You could, but coins like this have a tendency of running pretty fast, pretty quick, right? We get this extra spurt of volume. We could very well see the price take off. So a lot of times taking a short is more risky than waiting for a long. Because obviously, yes, you have some skin in the game, and it sucks to miss a good short, but it sucks even worse when those shorts go the opposite direction and you don't want it to. So with coins having potential like this to continue higher, I think a short is probably a disadvantageous consideration right now. You could get lucky, but just be very careful if you do. Low position size, low leverage. But I think that I'd much rather wait for a 102. In fact, I'll add an alert now. 102 and or 95 to potentially consider a long at that point. I hope that makes sense. I described that correctly. Again, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below. We do have some awesome signals that I send out consistently. We typically are very profitable. I think this weekend we took one stop loss, but not that big of a deal considering we've had 5 or 6 big profit targets in the last week or two. So awesome stuff there. Be sure to check that out. Once again, there's a summer sale available linked down below. Cryptocash.tech is the site if you want to become a better trader. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.